The sky over New York turned gold. A strange glow washed over the tall buildings. People on the streets stopped moving. They looked up. Some pointed. Some screamed. Some dropped their coffee in shock. A massive alien ship floated above the United Nations building. It was silent. Not a sound came from it, but its size was terrifying, like a floating mountain made of metal and light. Then a deep voice echoed across the sky. It spoke in perfect English. "This is the Galactic Council. Earth has proven itself. Join us now, or be alone forever." The message repeated across every screen, every phone, every radio dot inside the UN building. Leaders from every country stood frozen. A moment ago, they had been arguing about trade and pollution. Now they stared at each other, unsure what to say. Earth had always wondered if aliens were real. Now they had an answer. A team of scientists, military generals, and diplomats were rushed into the main chamber. Everyone waited for someone to speak. Finally, President Mara Lynn of Earth stood up. "Call them," she said. "Let's find out what they really want." The aliens responded quickly. They sent a group of tall, thin creatures down from the ship. Their skin was silver blue. Their eyes glowed softly. They called themselves the Zyrak, members of the Galactic Council. Their leader, High Envoy Velen, smiled too often. It was wide. Too wide. Something about it felt wrong. Still, his words were smooth and kind. "Earth has reached the level of space travel and unity. You are ready to join the Galactic Council," he said. "You will be part of something greater. 1,000 species working together. Peace, technology, protection. All yours." People in the room clapped. Some cried. The alien made it sound like a dream. But not everyone was happy. General Marcus Drell of Earth's Space Command whispered to his assistant, "He's hiding something. No one gives that much without asking for more." Still, Earth agreed to send a representative to the galactic capital. A show of trust. Ambassador Ellen Rhodes was chosen. She was calm, sharp, and always knew the right thing to say. For 20 years, she had ended wars with her voice, not weapons. She believed in peace, and she believed this was humanity's greatest chance. "I will carry Earth's hope with me," she said, standing in front of the world. "And I will return with a future." The crowd cheered. Cameras flashed. Children waved Earth flags as she boarded the alien transport ship. But above, General Drell watched from a military tower. He didn't cheer. He only watched. "Something's not right," he whispered again. The alien ship carrying Ellen Rhodes left Earth's orbit with 2 smaller escort ships, both from the Council. At first, everything went well. Messages came from Ellen every hour. She smiled. She shared photos of alien rooms, glowing walls, zero-gravity gardens. "It's beautiful," she said. But then, silence. After 36 hours, the ship stopped sending messages. Earth's tracking system tried to find it. Nothing. No signal. No trace. Just ... gone. Panic spread quickly through Earth's leaders. The Council was contacted. Their reply came 2 hours later. High Envoy Velen's smile was gone. "We believe pirates may have attacked your ambassador's ship," he said. "We will investigate. Please remain calm." But Earth didn't believe them. General Drell slammed his fist on the table during the emergency meeting. "They took her. They lured us in with smiles and promises. And now she's gone." President Mara Lynn stayed silent for a long time. Then she stood. "Don't act yet," she said. "We need proof." "But what if they're already killing her?" Drell asked. The president looked out the window. The stars seemed colder than before. "We gave them our trust," she said softly. "Now we wait and see what that costs us." Far away, in deep space, inside the alien escort ship, Silence.ELEN. Rhodes's ship floated in the darkness. Lights flickered inside. A crack in the hull leaked air. The crew was gone. Only her communicator remained. It blinked once, then went dark. Earth didn't know it yet, but Ellen Rhodes was. Missing, and nothing would ever be the same again. That's how long Earth waited. 3 long days of silence. No word from Ellen Rhodes. No signal from the alien ship. No update from the Galactic Council. The world had never felt so quiet. In the underground command center of Earth's Space Force, General Narcus Drell stood over a giant hologram. It showed empty space where Ellen's ship should be. She should have sent something, he said. Anything. President Mara Lynn sat beside him, eyes heavy with worry. She's smart. Maybe communications broke down. No, Drell said. She had backups, emergency beacons. That ship didn't go dark by accident. Everyone in the room knew it, but no one wanted to say the truth out loud. ELEN Rhodes was gone. Day 4. A small, black object appeared near Earth's border patrol line. A drone brought it in. It was a broken piece of Ellen's ship, burnt, scarred, floating through space. Alone. Inside was a fragment of the ship's memory core. Earth's best AI worked to pull data from it. For hours, the lights blinked. Then the screen came alive. Drell leaned in. Show us. The video was damaged, shaky, but clear enough. Ellen's voice was heard first. Why are we slowing down? This isn't the route we were shown. Then a new voice, cold and sharp. This is a detour. Orders from the council. She sounded nervous. You didn't say anything before? You weren't meant to know. The video went black. That was the last image of Earth's ambassador. They lied to us, Drell growled. They said pirates. That was a council ship taking her away. President Lynn stared at the screen. We can't act yet. Not without clear proof. We have. The proof, Drell snapped. They took her. She's probably. He stopped himself. Dead. That's what he meant. The president stayed quiet for a long time. Then slowly, she said, activate protocol red sky. Quietly. No public word. No panic. Drell's eyes narrowed. You're serious? She nodded. If this was a trap, we prepare for war. Protocol Red Sky was Earth's most secret defense program. 20 years ago, when Earth joined the stars, some generals feared something like this might happen. They began building in secret outside normal military command, hidden shipyards in asteroid fields, weapon labs under the oceans, stealth cruisers that didn't exist on any record. They called it Project Retribution. And now it was awake. The Galactic Council responded that same day. High Envoy Velen appeared again on Earth's channels, his silver skin smooth, voice calm. We mourn the loss of your ambassador. Pirates near the Uvex corridor are known for such things. We will increase patrols. He looked directly into the camera. His smile returned. We ask Earth to remain calm. We are your friends. On the surface, the words sounded peaceful, but to Earth's leaders, it felt like something else. A warning. A message. Don't dig deeper. Don't fight back. Or else. General Drell met with a select group of Earth's commanders in a secure vault. No cameras. No records. He pointed to the projection of Valen's face. They're hiding something, he said, and we just gave them our best diplomat. They think we'll roll over, that we'll beg. He looked around the room, but Earth doesn't beg, not anymore. He turned on another screen. A single name appeared, Hellpoint, Earth's most powerful warship. It had never been used. No one even knew if it truly existed, except the men and the women in that room. It's time, Drell said. In deep space, inside a hollowed-out asteroid, the ship came alive. massive, black, and silent. The ESS Hellpoint looked more like a creature than a machine. Its armor was made of neutron-forged steel. Its core reactor ran hotter than a stardot. It could disappear from sensors. It could burn a moon in minutes. And now it had a mission. A quiet launch. No lights, no sound. It vanished into the black day. 5. Across Earth, the media began to ask questions. Why was the ambassador silent? Why was the council offering only vague answers? President Lin made a short statement. We are in contact with the council. We hope for peace. But Earth will not accept lies. The people began to feel something stir. Not fear, not confusion, but anger. Somewhere, far from Earth, in the deep shadows between stars, a council ship floated silently. Inside, Ellen Rhodes lay in a sealed room. Her face was bruised. Her arms were tied. She had no light, no time, no idea where she was. But she hadn't given up. She whispered to herself over and over, her voice steady. Earth will come. They will find me. They always do. Back on Earth, General Drell sent one final message to President Lin. Hellpoint is away. We don't wait anymore. If the council wants a trap, then let them see what it means to betray us. The council finally spoke again. A new message arrived on Earth's secure channel. It began with calm music, soothing lights, a background of stars. Then, High Envoy Velen appeared, smiling once more. People of Earth, he said in a soft voice, we are truly sorry for the disappearance of your ambassador. We believe it was a mistake. He used that word carefully. Not attack, not murder, not betrayal. Just. A mistake. He kept speaking. Our systems failed to protect your ship. Pirates, maybe. Radiation storms, perhaps. But we swear we meant no harm. He smiled again, but this time the smile didn't fool anyone. Inside Earth's security dome, General Drell stood with his arms crossed. He didn't say a word during the broadcast. When it ended, he looked around at the other leaders in the room. Does anyone still believe this was an accident? No one answered. Instead, Drell turned on a large screen. I want to show you something. The footage played. A hacked video feed taken from deep inside the Galactic Council's systems. Earth's cyber team had risked everything to get it. The screen showed a white chamber. Bright, cold lights. A glass room in the middle. Inside that room stood Ambassador Ellen Rhodes. She was alive. She looked scared, tired, and confused. A council guard slapped a panel outside the glass. Ellen screamed something unheard through the video. Then the screen went black. No audio. No time stamp, but it was clear. They had her. President Mara then sat in silence. Her face was calm, but her hands trembled slightly on the table. Release this to the public? Someone asked. No, she said quietly. Not yet. General Drell spoke instead. Hellpoint is already out there, but now it won't go alone. He turned to the command table. Activate the other 3 Titan-class ships. Darkstorm, Hydra, Revenant, full stealth mode. Across the solar system, ancient doors opened. From inside the moons and asteroids, ships moved, each one built in silence. Each one made for war. They didn't glow. They didn't blink. They moved like ghosts across the stars. The galaxy had always called Earth young, peaceful, soft. Now, Earth's real face began to show. Meanwhile, deep in space, aboard Hellpoint, Commander Darius Heil stood on the bridge. His voice was calm. His eyes were sharp. Target priority? Council military stations only, said his first officer. No civilians. Hawley nodded. Make it clean, make it fast. Their first stop was Drelvik 7, a council defense base hidden in a nebula. It had no idea anything was coming. Hellpoint dropped from warp silent and dark. The station had 3 minutes to detect it. Too slow. Earth's ship fired once. One massive rail shot. Council base broke in two. No alarms. No escape. No survivors. A message was left behind, carved into the metal ruins by a drone. You started this. Earth remembers. Back at the Council's central world, panic began to grow. Another message came. Another base Val Ron 3 gone. Then a fleet of Council scout ships vanished near the Kezer Belt. No distress call. No debris. Nothing. It was like they were erased. Inside the Council's Grand Hall, leaders from many species argued loudly. Some demanded action. Others wanted peace. Velen stood calmly and said, "It's not confirmed the attacks are from Earth. It could be rebels. Or other powers." A short, red-skinned admiral slammed his hand on the table. "Don't lie, Velen. Only one species uses magnetic plasma rounds. Earth did this. We triggered something we don't understand." Another alien spoke with fear in his voice. "They trusted us. We tricked them. Now they're hunting us." Velen finally snapped. "Then let them come. We are the Council. They are one planet." But even Velen was starting to sweat, because deep down, he knew. He had seen Earth's hidden strength once. Long ago, he had warned the Council not to poke the bear. But they laughed at him back then. They're not laughing now. Back on Earth, President Lin met with General Drell in private. She stared at the stars from her glass wall. "They'll know. It's us now." "They already do," Drell replied. "Let them fear us. I wanted peace. You gave them peace," he said. "They gave you ashes." She turned slowly. "Finish what you started. But keep our rules. No civilians," he said firmly. "Just the ones who built the trap." Meanwhile, on a mining moon near the edge of Council space, a group of workers saw something strange in the sky. A large shadow. Silent. No lights. One man pointed up. "Is that a ship?" The ground shook. And the sky exploded in fire. "Commander." Hale watched the firestorm from orbit. He pressed one button and sent a message encrypted and short. "Phase 1 complete. They will understand now. This is just the beginning." The people of Setheri Prime woke to a strange sound. It wasn't thunder. It wasn't wind. It was something deeper, like the sky itself was breaking. Farmers dropped their tools. Children froze mid-play. Traders looked up in fear. Then the sky turned red. Above them, a black shape appeared. A ship. No signal. No markings. No warning. And then silence. No attack. No message. Presence. And came the flash. A single burst of white light. Seconds. Later, every power grid, every server, every communication tower on the planet shut down. No death. No blood, but complete blackout. Setheri Prime, the Council's largest data center world, had just gone dark. From orbit, Commander Darius Hawley of the Hellpoint stood with arms behind his back. "We've disabled their records. Their comms, their backup systems." His second-in-command, Captain Rain, looked at him. "Orders?" "Leave a message," Hawley said. A probe fired from the ship. It landed gently near the Council's largest government building. It projected. A hologram looping endlessly. "You betrayed peace. Earth remembers. You built a trap. Now feel what it brings." And then Hellpoint vanished, gone before the Council could respond. Back at the Council's capital world, Velen stared at the news reports. 3 planets offline in 1 week. No enemy ship on sensors. No distress calls. No proof, but the pattern was clear. It was human. It had to be. An emergency. Council meeting was called. Leaders of over 70 alien worlds gathered. Velen stood in the center, his face pale. "We must not jump to conclusions. 3 of our core planets attacked. shouted Admiral Grawl, his voice shaking. "No civilian deaths, but our systems are falling." A thin, green-skinned alien raised her hand. "And why are the humans not replying to our messages anymore?" Velen stayed silent, because Earth wasn't responding at all. No messages. No threats. Just ... actions. On Earth, President Mara Lin received the new mission report. 3 strikes, 0 casualties. 14 facilities disabled, said General Drell. She read the final line aloud. Message. Left on each site. You started this. She looked up at him. And they still don't know it's us? Oh, they know, Drell replied. They're just afraid to say it. Meanwhile, a secret human fleet had begun to move. Ghost Squadron, a division of cloaked warships, floated across council sectors. They used old cargo routes, hidden paths, nebula clouds. One by one, they found council military posts, guard stations, weapon platforms, drone hubs. Each one was shut down without warning. The humans weren't killing. They were crippling, and the galaxy was watching. News spread across alien worlds fast. Some thought Earth was dangerous. Others thought Earth was right. More and more council citizens started asking the same question. Did we betray Earth? On the outer edge of council space, a council patrol ship called the Thaler Edge floated through a quiet zone. Its commander, Captain Vroll, was nervous. Anything on scans? His officer shook his head. Nothing. All clear. Then the lights flickered. The radar blinked. Then went black. A shape appeared in front of them, giant, black, silent. Hell point. Inside the Thaler Edge, alarms screamed. We have visual, someone shouted. Unknown vessel, no signal, no ID. Run. Vroll shouted. Get us out of here. Too late. A magnetic pulse slammed their engines offline. They drifted in space like a dead rock. Then a signal came in, a human voice, calm, cold. Tell your leaders, the next one won't be so gentle. The message ended, and the ship vanished. Back. On the council capital, panic broke. Markets crashed. Fleets returned home. Civil unrest began on multiple worlds. The citizens had questions. The council had no answers. They demanded truth. And truth was knocking. Velin watched it all fall apart. He sat in silence as reports came in one after another. Earth's name wasn't written anywhere, but everyone knew. Inside the council chamber, a young officer rushed in. He held a data stick in his shaking hands. We cracked the Earth probe message, he said. Velen raised an eyebrow. And the officer pressed a button. A recording played. A simple voice. This is only the beginning. You took our diplomat. You lied. You smiled while you murdered. Earth will not forgive. Earth does not forget. The room went silent. The voice continued. Your fleets are next. Far away, in deep space, 3 Earth warships surrounded a council battleship. The council ship powered its weapons. Human vessels. The captain said, You are in council territory. Leave or be fired upon. The humans didn't answer. Instead, they powered their cannons and waited. For days, Earth remained silent, afraid, confused, angry. No sign of Ambassador Rhodes. No official response from the Galactic Council. Only vague promises and blurry footage from distant probes. The president of Earth, Marcus Hallau, stood before the United Nations. His face was hard. His voice was calm but cold. This is not diplomacy anymore, he said. This is war in disguise. Around the world, military leaders watched in silence. Satellites turned. Fleets aligned. Earth's defense systems activated. But then something unexpected happened. A signal. It came from deep space. Faint, broken. But it was her voice. Ambassador Rhodes. Her transmission was weak, filled with static. But what she said sent chills down every human spine. This isn't peace. The Council set a trap. They wanted our surrender, not alliance. They're planning invasion. Earth must not trust them. Then silence. The signal died. But it was enough. Earth knew now. The Council had never wanted unity. They wanted Earth under control. Another quiet world, kneeling. But Earth wasn't built to kneel. President Hale's hand trembled slightly as he picked up the red data chip V. One marked Protocol Wraith. It was Earth's darkest contingency, meant only for the worst-case scenario. He looked at his generals. "Prepare the fleet," he said. "All of it." In space, Earth's black sites opened. Hidden arsenals powered up. Warships long kept in shadow began to move. But Earth didn't launch first. Instead, they sent a reply, a transmission to the Galactic Council. Only 12 words. "We heard you loud and clear. Now hear us roar." The message was broadcast across every Council channel. Every ambassador, every citizen, every spy. The galaxy fell silent. Some thought Earth was bluffing. Others, those who remembered. Human history knew better. Back in deep space, somewhere beyond Council borders, Ambassador Rhodes opened her eyes. She was strapped to a medical table. Dim. Alien lights flickered above her. She was not alone. Around her stood figures not Council members, but something else. Cold, tall, their eyes like liquid silver. One leaned close and whispered in her ear, "Earth will fall without you." Rhodes didn't blink. "No," she said quietly. "Earth will burn you down without me." And far away, in the blackness of space, Earth's warships moved like shadow silent, fast, angry. Something had awakened. Not just a response, but human vengeance. The Galactic Council convened in emergency session. The chamber, normally buzzing with politics and posturing, was dead quiet. Every screen showed the same transmission. Earth's 12-word reply. "We heard you loud and clear. Now hear us roar." The words echoed like thunder in the minds of the counselors. And for the first time in centuries, fear entered the room. High Chancellor Varakel stood in silence, claws tapping against polished stone. "Activate the fleet," he said, voice low. "Every world, every vessel, we must strike first." But it was already too late. Earth had moved. Not with speeches, not with warnings, but with phantoms. Ships that didn't show on scans. Satellites that erased enemy data as they passed. Orbital arrays that seemed to appear out of nowhere, then vanished again like ghosts. Humanity had once been mocked for their outdated weapons and emotional logic. But what the Council saw now was something terrifyingly different. They called them wraith fleets, black ships, no markings, no heat, silent but devastating. One by one, Council outposts began to go dark. It started on the rim worlds. Minor systems, no major military value, until they realized Earth wasn't targeting fleets. They were isolating them by cutting comms, disabling logistics, crippling infrastructure. In the shadows, Earth was weaving a trap. Council Admiral Rethrin tried to counterstrike. He led a task force of 17 destroyers toward the outer edge of Sol, only to find nothing. No defense grid, no ships. Only empty space and an eerie silence. Then, without warning, his fleet vanished from the Council's tracking systems. A single probe survived long enough to send back one final image. A massive warship, not moving, just watching. It had no registry, no lights. Its hull shimmered like glass under starlight. And across its surface, one phrase burned in red. "We do not forget." Panic swept through the Council. Some demanded peace. Others still clung to arrogance. Humanity cannot defeat the galaxy, but deep down they knew humanity wasn't fighting to win the war. They were fighting to punish those who lied, who laughed, who betrayed their olive branch. On Earth, President Hall stood in a dim command chamber. Around him, screens showed countless operations in motion strikes, sabotage, shadow fleets. Status, he asked. Wraith Fleet 7 reports. Elimination of Vulcar outpost. No survivors, his general said. Omega protocols engaged on the outer moons of Zarth Prime. Civilian evacuation blocked. Council assets neutralized. Hale nodded once. Good. Another general turned, hesitating. And Ambassador Rhodes? Silence. Then a new voice entered the room. A whisper from a distant relay, garbled, but clear. This is Rhodes. I'm alive. And I've found something worse than the Council. Everyone froze. Hale leaned forward. Worse? The transmission crackled. They're not alone. The Council didn't act alone. There's another species. Older, hidden, watching us. They gave the Council the trap plan. I saw them. And they're afraid of something. The line cut. President Hallow straightened. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then he gave the only order he could. Double the fleets. We're not just fighting a council anymore. Out in the stars, Earth's warships roared through the void, silent fire burning in their engines. Vengeance lighting their way. The trap had been set for humanity. But now, it was the galaxy that stood in the jaws of something far worse than war. It stood in the path of human justice. The secret Earthship, Spectre, hovered near the Council's hidden communication relay. Cloaked, dark, and deadly, it had been waiting in silence. The AI pilot, Vera, monitored encrypted channels. Every whisper, every command, every scream from inside the Council's chambers recorded. Inside the stealth ship. General Cale Voss stood beside Director Malik, both watching the intercepted messages play out on a flickering screen. They had heard the Council admit the truth, that Earth was never meant to survive the peace invitation, that Ambassador Rhodes was to be lost quietly, that Earth's strength was a threat to their rule. Play it again, Cale said. His voice was tight with rage. The Council's voice crackled through the speaker. Ensure the human envoy's vessel disappears in Sector 7. Make it look like a solar flare. If Earth asks, we'll mourn with them. Silence fell in the ship. Director. Malik spoke quietly. They wanted to erase us. And smile while doing it. Cale turned. We don't respond with words anymore. Back on Earth, the broadcast had begun. All major cities froze as every screen lit up with the same feed. Council. Members sitting in their thrones, laughing, a recording of the trap, their plans, their true thoughts about humanity. The world reacted as one. People shouted in rage. Veterans wept. And in the dark corners of Earth's military command orders were given. In orbit. Earth's massive warship honor-bound UNDOC KED. It was not alone. Behind it, rising like silent giants, came dozens of new warships. Sleek, silent, deadly, unknown to the Council. Earth had not only advanced, it had surpassed. Inside the command room of Honorbound, General Voss spoke clearly to his officers. No diplomacy. No warning. We do not go to beg. We go to bring her home. And show them what it means to betray humanity. A young officer turned. Sir, should we inform the Council? Cale shook his head. They made us feel small, weak, alone. They think we are still the species they met 70 years ago. He stared out at the void. They forgot what we become when we lose someone. On the edge of Council space, a scout station suddenly picked up something massive. The operator's hands trembled. Command? We have incoming. Multiple. Contacts. How many? The scout looked again. I don't know how to count them. They're coming fast, from Sol. He paused, and they're not broadcasting peace. Meanwhile, in the prison moon, Ellen Rhodes sat quietly in her dark cell. She looked up as the guards ran past her cell in panic. Red lights began flashing. Something was happening. Something big. A whisper reached her ears. A captured alien scientist rushed past her cell and muttered, "They're here." Ellen's eyes widened. "Earth?" She whispered. Then the walls shook. And somewhere above her, something screamed as metal tore. Cliffhanger ending of Part 9. Outside the prison moon, in the blackness of space, Honorbound arrived, its cannons hot. Humanity was done watching. Now it was time to answer. Prison moon cracked. Walls trembled. Ceilings collapsed. Outside, the sky burned white with railgun fire. Inside her cell, Ellen Rhodes stood still, dust falling in her hair as explosions echoed down the corridors. The ground rumbled again, more violently this time. Boom. A hole burst open in the far wall, exposing a view Ellen never expected to see again. Earth's warships, hundreds of them, massive, black-armored, with glowing red insignias. A single human, hand wrapped in fire. They had come. Above the moon, General Cale Voss stood on the Honorbound's command deck, staring at the moon through reinforced glass. "Status?" he asked. "External defenses neutralized. Shields are down. No signs of coordinated resistance." Cale nodded. "Begin Phase 2. Bring her home." The ship's AI responded. "Target acquired. Life signature confirmed. Ellen Rhodes." Initiating extraction. Dozens of black drop pods screamed through space toward the surface, trailing fire and smoke. Inside the prison, Ellen staggered out of her broken cell. Bodies of council guards lay sprawled in the hallway, unmoving. Sparks flew from the ceiling. She coughed, trying to breathe. Her hands still bore bruises. Her eyes were bloodshot, but her voice was steady. "I knew you'd come." From the smoke, a black figure emerged, a human soldier in powered armor. The red HUD on his helmet blinked to life. "Ambassador Rhodes?" he said, voice distorted through a voice filter. "Orders are to bring you home." Ellen blinked fast. "It's really you?" He nodded. Then he turned and opened a channel. "Extraction team to Honorbound. Package secured." Behind him, more soldiers began clearing survivors, freeing prisoners, alien and human alike. The message was clear. Earth doesn't leave its own behind. The councils. Chambers: panic. Fear. All across the Galactic Council's throne world, the silence was broken. No, this isn't possible. They were supposed to be extinct. Or weak. They came here with an army. Holoscreens flickered with images of Earth's fleet, now spreading across system ships, appearing through stealth drives, breaking through patrol lines, disabling outposts without mercy. One council elder, his skin pale and lined with age, whispered, "They heard us." Then he turned to the others. "We must flee." But it was too late. Earth's ships had entered orbit. Their signal pierced through every layer of the council's comms. A human voice call, deep and terrifyingly focused, broadcast galaxy-wide. "This is Earth's final warning. You lied. You kidnapped our envoy. You silenced our voice. We are no longer asking. We are here." On Earth, crowds watched the transmission in silence. Every continent, every city. Then the skies lit up as ships launched from hidden hangars. Not hundreds. Thousands. Earth single quotes, as true fleet had never been shown. The Spectre, Honorbound, Retribution, Ashwake, and more ships, once myth now real. They moved as one. And with them, millions of soldiers. Humanity wasn't just defending. It was claiming justice. Ellen's return. Back aboard Honorbound, Ellen stood on the bridge beside Cale Voss. He glanced at her, and for a moment, just a moment, his usual iron expression softened. You're safe now. Ellen looked out at the stars. You didn't just come for me? No, Cale said. We came for all of us. The galaxy responds. In the days that followed, many alien species once under Council rule began to rise. Old chains were broken. Lies exposed. And in every system where a human ship arrived, they brought one message. The era of silence was over. The era of Earth had begun. Final scene. A new council chamber is formed, not by politicians, but survivors. Free species. Worlds that had once cowered now stood tall. And at its center, a human flag waved quietly, a reminder to the stars. Earth is not to be forgotten, not to be silenced, and never, ever betrayed. The room was cold. The walls were smooth metal, no windows, no doors that she could see. Just the dull hum of machinery and the faint blue glow from the ceiling. Ambassador Ellen Rhodes sat in silence, her hands chained to the table. Her face was calm, but her eyes were sharp, watching, waiting. The door finally slid open. 2 aliens entered, not guards, not warriors, scientists. One of them, tall with long gray arms and golden eyes, studied her carefully. You are awake. Good. Ellen stayed quiet. You are not in danger, the alien said. This is a temporary situation. Ellen raised an eyebrow. You kidnapped me. The alien hesitated. We prefer the word secured. Ellen leaned forward. Where am I? The second alien, smaller and covered in fine green scales, spoke next. Near the border of the Kalari expanse. Far from your Earth. Ellen's heart sank. That was weeks from the Galactic Council core systems. They had taken her the long way around, hiding her. So, she said slowly, the invitation, the treaty? It was a trap? The golden-eyed alien sighed. Not a trap. A test? A test? Ellen repeated. You silence Earth's ambassador and lie to our people. That's not a test. That's war bait. The 2 aliens exchanged glances. The green-scaled one looked nervous. We advised against this. The council insisted. Why? The room fell quiet. Then the tall one answered, voice cold and flat. Because your kind does not belong. Ellen sat still. You mean humans? The golden-eyed alien nodded. You rise too fast. You learn too quickly. You adapt. You survive war after war. That scares the council. Ellen's mind raced. So they offered peace and took me to make Earth look weak? No, the alien said. They offered peace to study your response. If Earth begs, they will own you. If Earth fights, they will crush you. Ellen gave a small smile. And if Earth waits? The 2 aliens paused. That, Ellen said, is the real danger to you. Earth is patient. Earth remembers. And Earth never forgives betrayal. Suddenly, lights in the room flickered. A loud alarm blared outside. The door slid open violently. A Kalari guard stepped in, weapon raised. We have a breach. The 2 scientists stood quickly. What breach? A signal was traced here, the guard said. Encrypted human in origin. Ellen smiled. I told you. Earth waits. Outside, far beyond the holding station, a quiet beacon had been pulsing for hours. It had been built into her bodyguard's tooth, one of Earth's stealthest tracking systems. When she was taken, the signal had activated, hidden, silent. But now, Earth had found her. The golden-eyed alien turned back to Ellen, panic rising. You brought war to us. No, Ellen said softly. You brought war to yourselves. Suddenly, the room shook. A distant explosion rumbled through the walls. From far above, outside the station's orbital shell, An Earth warship decloaked. The Resolute, a stealth-class destroyer, had arrived. And it wasn't alone. As the station scrambled, Ellen calmly leaned back in her chair. The chains on her wrists clicked open remotely, unlocked. Her eyes, now sharper than ever, met the scientists. "Humanity came in peace," she said. "But you made your choice." Cliffhanger. The Resolute opens a secure channel. Earth's voice breaks through, loud and clear. "We've found her. Prepare for extraction." The alien guards panic. The Council's trap had failed. But now, retaliation was coming. The Council thought Earth would wait, that humans would sit in fear, unsure what to do next. They were wrong. The moment Earth confirmed that Ambassador Ellen Rhodes was missing, possibly taken or killed, everything changed. Inside the Human Defense Command, alarms flashed red. Generals, intelligence chiefs, and advisors gathered in silence. The room pulsed with quiet. Anger. On the main screen, the last image of Ellen's ship faded to static. General Hadley, head of Earth Strategic Forces, stood up. His voice was calm but cold. "She's gone, and they lied. Sir, no wreckage. No distress call. A young analyst reported. It was deliberate." Hadley nodded. "Then this isn't diplomacy. It's war with smiles." The president of Earth, Amara Juno, watched quietly from her secure bunker. She had once believed in peace, had once shaken hands with the Council envoy. Now she clenched her fists behind her back. "Do we respond, Madam President?" Hadley asked. Her eyes didn't blink. Not with words. Earth's first move within hours. Black ships lifted. Silently from Earth's shadowed moons, they bore no flags, no symbols, only coded missions and silence. Operation Sentinel was activated. Hidden spy probes launched across Council space, tracing the last known coordinates of Yellen's ship. At the same time, Earth's most powerful ship, the ISS Deliverance, was quietly brought online from its dry dock deep beneath Antarctica. It had never seen war, but it was built for it. It was humanity's secret, a ship with a mind of its own, created with the help of Earth's most advanced AI. And now it would wake. The hidden message, meanwhile, on a quiet listening post on Mars' dark side, technician Ayla Kent spotted something strange. A signal, faint, hidden deep in Council traffic. She played it once. It was noise. But on the second playback, she heard a whisper. "This is Rhodes. They've changed the route. Not going to the capital." Then silence. Ayla jumped up. "Get command online." "She's alive." The Council's plan in the Galactic Council chambers. High Speaker Darnaxis stood before the inner circle. "They still haven't reacted." "Good," he said. One of the other counselors, a tall green-skinned Avokai, raised an eyebrow. "You're certain this won't backfire?" Darnaxis laughed. "They're humans. They crave unity, peace. They'll wait until it's too late." Behind him, a massive screen showed the route of the ship carrying Ellen Rhodes. It wasn't headed to the capital. It was going to a prison station deep in the Council's forbidden sectors. She will vanish, and Earth will never find her. Or so they believed. But Earth was already moving on Earth's moon. Captain Nico Vance prepared to launch with the Deliverance. As he stood before the giant warship, its sleek black hull gleaming under the hangar lights, he whispered to himself, "We warned them once. That was kindness. This time, they'll learn what humans do when one of our own is taken." The ship's AI came online. "Deliverance ready." "Orders, Captain?" Vance's eyes were steel. "We find her. We bring her home. And if anyone stands in the way," he paused, then smiled, "we burn them." Cliffhanger ending for Part 6. As the Deliverance jumps into deep space, its weight burns blue behind it. Meanwhile, In a cold, dark prison far from the council's core, ambassador. Ellen Rhodes opens her eyes. She's alive, but not alone. In the shadows of her cell, something moves. A voice speaks not human. You are not the first human they brought here, but you may be the last. She stares into the darkness, heart pounding. Back on Earth, no one knows what she just found, or what ancient secret the council has been hiding for centuries.